Many congratulations to the top three qualifiers for the FIA Formula One Mexico City Grand Prix. In third place, Lewis Hamilton. In second place, Charles Leclerc, and taking the 14th pole position of his F1 career and his fifth of this 2025 campaign, our pole sitter, Lando Norris. Brilliant lap to take pole, Lando. Many congratulations. You even said, "What a lap," over the radio. Just how good was it?
That's the confusing thing. I mean, it was obviously it was an incredible lap. I pushed the braking everywhere, I pushed the high speed a bit more, and all those things. But I don't have a delta, so I don't know if I was up, if I was down, if it was good, bad, whatever. There was a couple little places where I thought I messed up a touch and didn't get the best exits, like out of 6, but the rest of it felt pretty decent, and I was happy. But I thought I'd be more like a 15.9, 15.8. I thought if I'd get ahead of Charles, I'd be pretty happy. So when I saw 15.5 on my dash, it put a pretty big smile on my face, because it was one of those laps which was everything just came together in terms of feeling. It was very natural and similar to my lap in Monaco. So a good feeling, because it's been a while. It's not that often this year I get that feeling in this car, even with how quick it is. But happy because of this.
You found nearly 6 tenths between run 1 and run 2 in Q3. Whereabouts?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I have to go and see on the data. Like I said, I just pushed the braking in a few little places a bit more. Took a couple little bit more risks in the high speed. But yeah, quite often the laps that I don't really know what's happened or how it's happened are the laps I do the best. Like I said on the radio to Will and Jav, like the less I know, the better I do normally on my quali laps. So it was one of them. But 6 tenths, I was surprised, like I said. I got a bit worried Q3 run 1 when Charles hit 59. I was like, damn, it's just a pretty impressive lap. Like I said, nice one as well, 15.5.
Are you surprised by the gap to your main rivals in this championship?
I mean, maybe it's tough, because I feel like I'm doing a very good job. I feel like I've been for a good amount of weekends now. Especially when I get this feeling that I had today. Actually, the whole day today. It's not just my Q3 lap that was good. It was FP3 was strong already, and a good step better than it was yesterday. Q1, Q2, Q3. All of my laps were good. No mistakes, no lockups, none of these things. And I could just, in a good way, improve. But it's not like the car's incredibly quick. But it's not easy to drive, and I think we both complain of that as drivers. But when you just get in that little bit of a rhythm, it's flying, and that's where I was today.
Let's throw it forward then. Can we start by talking about tyres? Some drivers have raised questions about the medium tyre. Do you think this could be a complicated race strategically?
Potentially. I mean, obviously with the hard being a step harder, that can change a few things. But the race last year was like very nice, and we were very confident. Our race pace was very strong with the medium hard last year. So I don't think we're too worried about anything. I think the pace has still been decent, even with missing FP1 and just kind of getting that high fuel stuff in FP2. But you never know. Many things can happen around here. It's a long race. Easy to make mistakes, a lot of overtaking opportunities, that kind of thing. But the pace is there. So as long as I get my head down and focused, then I'll be fine.
And a final one for me. The long run to turn 1 has provided plenty of drama over the years. Just how do you plan for those opening 10 seconds or so of the race?
No, that's tonight. That's with my engineers and my team around me to kind of review things, see what's best. Of course, you want a good start and go from there. But it's a long run. I don't know what our straight line speed is like comparing to the Ferrari. In general, I think we've been a touchdown. So we'll wait and see.
Lando, very well done to you. Thank you for that. Charles, let's come to you now. Is there a semblance of disappointment from you, given that you were quickest after the first runs, that you're not on pole position today?
A little bit, but after the first lap in Q3, I thought this was a really good lap, so I knew there was a little bit more to come, but not so much. But considering the gaps that was behind, I was like, okay, let's see how it goes. I will still go flat out on the second lap and see where we end up. But I was very surprised, obviously, by the jump Lando did from the first to the second run in Q3. But I just don't think we had the pace today to match that. There was a little bit here and there, but I don't think that it would have been enough for pole position anyway.
Look, how has the car been? How difficult was it to extract the lap that you did?
I think the car was actually really good today, and the whole weekend has been pretty strong. But on a track like this, it's very, very difficult because it's such a low grip track, and it's very, very easy to do a mistake. And whatever small mistake you do is exaggerated in terms of lap time lost. So it was very tough, but I was pretty happy with both of my laps in Q3.
Tell us about track improvement during the session. Did it ramp up progressively during the session?
A little bit. I think the track got cooler in the last in Q3, and that definitely helped. The grip was a little bit higher, and I felt in some corners that was a little bit under the limit, if anything. But the car reacted well, and again, I don't have anything to complain about car-wise.
Let's throw it forward to tomorrow. Obviously, Lando had the one-lap pace. Just how confident are you in Ferrari's race pace?
He's got the race pace too. We were speaking about it earlier. I think he will be very strong tomorrow for sure. But the start is definitely a chance for us to. It's an opportunity for us to try and make something special. Even though starting second here on the dirty side of the track, I'm not sure it's great, but it's okay. I'll just focus on what I can control, and hopefully will be enough to be alongside him into turn one.
All right, good luck with that, Charles. Thank you very much. Lewis, very well done. Your best start of the year with Ferrari. First of all, what does this mean?
I was just saying to these guys, it's been a long time since I've been up here, so it feels fresh. Really grateful to the team for all the hard work and just the constant effort through the year. Of course, I wish we had this experience earlier on in the year, but the fact is that we're continuing to improve and continuing to stay positive, and so it's great to be up here with these two.
Well, look, tell us about the car. As you say, Ferrari seems to be finding a bit of form now. How good was your side of the garage? How pleased were you?
Relatively happy. I think as Charles said, it is a really, really difficult circuit. Even we're all sliding around in general, so the grip is quite low at this circuit for the altitude that we're in. But even with that, clearly everyone's experiencing the same thing, and our pace has been great all weekend. I think we've made good steps with the car through the weekend. Obviously, I missed P1, which I wouldn't say that hasn't hampered the weekend, but of course you learn more with more laps on the track. And I think I got the car to as good a place as I could. It's definitely not easy to put a lap together, but I'm just happy to be here.
You said a moment ago that the processes have been better this weekend. What did you mean by that?
Well, we continue to improve on our process, and processes are from the moment we arrive to our debriefs to the decisions we make as a team within engineering, within when we're going out, all these different things. So I think we're just continuously tightening up on some of those areas, and I think just how Charles and I have worked together to move the car and develop the car forwards, I think has been really positive over the race weekends. Our cars are pretty much identical now, and I'm finally figuring out how to drive this car that Charles has been fortunate to drive for the past 7 years in terms of the characteristics. But I'm finally feeling like I'm getting there, so it's good.
So what's the plan tomorrow at the start? Tuck in behind Lando, sneak out under braking, get him into turn one?
I don't know. Definitely want to be racy tomorrow. I don't have anything to lose, but he does. So we'll be quite aggressive, I'm pretty sure, and hopefully we'll be close enough to put up a good fight.
Very well done to you. Thank you very much. Let's open this to the floor, please. Remember to give your name and publication.
Fred Ferret, l'équipe. Question to the three drivers. How worried are you about the possible use of lift and coast tomorrow during the race? And can you tell us how you managed to do that during a Grand Prix?
I mean, ask these guys. They're pros at it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these guys, they do it every race.
Charles?
I think you always have to do it a little bit, but never as much as these guys.
Yeah, let's say I think we're ready for this. It's always a track where I think lift and coast is a big part of the race, and especially for the people from second onwards. So that's why I think the start is so important on a track like this, because when you have free air, everything comes a lot easier. So yeah, we'll be quite aggressive into turn one if I have the possibility to be and then manage from where we are. But it's definitely going to be a big part of the race tomorrow.
Much to say. Lift and coast is pretty much what Charles said.
All right. Thanks all. Next.
Christian Mehnert, motorsportmagazin.com. Question for Lando. I think you said earlier that you didn't have the delta in your last Q3 lap. Was it just that single lap that you didn't have the delta time on your dash? And can you elaborate a little bit how much you usually rely on the delta time and if it could have even helped you?
No, I've not had it since Monaco. Yeah, I've never used the delta since in qualifying. So. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows if it would have helped me or made me worse. I think the thing when I don't have it is I push no matter what, how the start of the lap was, no matter how any corner was. I guess it's because you have no reference of maybe the overall lap time. You just always try and maximize every corner to the maximum. Yeah, and yeah. Otherwise, sometimes I stare at it too much, and that's never the best thing. So yeah, it's just nice because it. I mean, normally when it goes well, like today, it's a pleasant surprise to see the lap time pop up when it's as good as this one.
All right, thanks for that. Next.
Phil Clary, motorsport.com for Lando, please. Congratulations. You've obviously been quite open this year about how tough it was at the start to get a good feeling with the front end of the car. So how much is this pole the result of all the work that you and the team have done about fixing that? And do you think this is repeatable? Like, do you come into a weekend now confident that you will be able to extract the maximum out of the car for one lap?
I mean, I think even when I look at my first lap in FP2, my first lap of the weekend, you know, it's a track which is not easy because of the downforce and the grip and things like that. But you know, high end of straight speed, big braking zones. But like my first lap, I was on it. You know, I was again pleasantly surprised at how quick I was on the pace comparing to everyone, to the others who already did FP1. But certainly, it's hard to quantify how much the work, say, the team has done behind the scenes to give me a bit more of what I want and what I need, I would say, in order to perform at the level that I can perform at, which is the level of today and certain other places where we've been this season. But it was only a few weekends ago in Singapore where I almost felt like I was at the beginning of the season again. No feeling for the front, no confidence, no ability to go out and do what I did today. No confidence to do what I did today. So it's a little bit up and down still. There's certainly areas we have to improve. And if I want to be able to do what I did today more often, which I do, we have to improve the car more. And I got to try and make it more to my liking. But there's certainly a lot of work that I've also done personally away from the track with my team, with a lot of people to understand what my struggles were, reasoning, all those things, and how I can combat it. Because the last thing I want is to make the excuse. Like in the end of the day, it's my job to drive whatever car I get driven, whether it's a great one or a terrible one. You know, I don't feel like I should ever have a reason to have an excuse. there's reasoning for things, why I struggle here, why I've struggled there, and so forth. But it's not an excuse. If I'm slow, I'm saying I just done a bad job and I wasn't a good enough driver on that day. And I think I've always been open about those things. But yeah, there's clearly things which work for me and things that don't. I hate that because I hate to have a reason for why sometimes I struggle. I just want to be able to drive whatever car I get given. But certainly progress has been made, and I'm very happy that team have worked hard to improve on those things, but we still need to make more if I want to be even better.
Thanks for that. Next.
Luis Vasconcelos, Formula Press, for Charles and Luis. This is a bumpy track. You have to ride the curbs. The car was not particularly good on that earlier on. It was today. You were also able to improve a lot in the last run of Q3, which was not the case earlier on in the season as well. Can you elaborate a little bit on where the team has made more progress, and if you think that with the knowledge of what now works for the car, there's still a little bit more you can extract until the end of the year?
I don't think there's a silver bullet or something that we've changed significantly that makes us being a lot better now than 3, 4, 5 races ago. I think it's a little bit everywhere. Like Luis was saying earlier, I think the processes and all the small differences make a big difference at the end, and we improved all that in the last few weekends. Yeah, on the bumps, I don't think that this was particularly a weakness at any point. I think we had to manage some of the things at one point of the season, which now is we are in a bit more of in a comfortable place. But yeah, the pace in itself is more down to small details everywhere rather than something standing out.
Yeah, I mean, I second what Charles has said. I think this is a peculiar circuit, obviously with the altitude, so we perhaps are closer than we would normally be. I would say it's difficult to say where we'll be in the next races. I'm not sure we'll be as close as we are, but I do think through those small improvements that Charles was talking about that we've make big differences, and it feels great to finally get into Q3 and be able to deliver good laps and be competitive. That's been the problem all year for us, and particularly on my side.
Thanks both. Next.
Hello, my question is for Luis. Luis, you've always had a great support from Mexican fans. How special is for you to have this, your best qualifying result so far with Ferrari, in front of a crowd that really appreciates you?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's been amazing since every time I come to Mexico, honestly. I've always felt very welcome. I really, really love the city because I grew up watching it in movies, and it's even more beautiful in person, I would say, when you get into the city and see the restaurants, the lights that are hanging, and it's got such a great feel to it. And then obviously we've been coming to this race. It's been growing year on year, and I would say I'm pleasantly surprised to see the positive welcome response that I get from the fans every year here, and something I'm incredibly grateful for. So, muchos gracias.
Tim Haraney, TSN. Question for Charles. Charles, you found a pretty big amount of pace from Q2 to Q3. I think it was about 7/10. Can you just explain where that came from?
Oh, well, I kept a new soft for obviously for the race. So yeah, I mean, in Q2 I had done my lap early on in Q2 compared to most of the others that had put a second set. I went on a scrub tire then, and so obviously there was a little bit of gap there, more than anything. But the lap time came quite nicely. I was quite confident with the car, so I knew where I had to push and where I had to improve, and everything came together very nicely on that first lap in Q3, just like, honestly, the second lap in Q3 as well. So yeah, but I think the biggest explanation is mostly that I only put one set in Q2 when most of the others went for 2.
Thank you. Next. Any more? Yep.
I feel clear in motorsport.com for all 3 of this time. You mentioned the dirty air before. Max is 5th, Oscar is 7th, which is obviously quite significant in the championship. So how difficult will it be for them to come through the field? And do you think the order will largely be dictated by the start?
It's for all three, but let's start with you.
Well, I think you're talking about two of, along with these guys here, two of the best drivers on the grid. So I don't think you can ever put it past them to come back through. And I know from my side, our race pace has always been very strong this season. So I'm still expecting Oscar to come back through and to race well. He normally does. So let's say that is my expectation. And same with Max. Like, when has Max never? When has he ever not been on the attack and come forward? So hopefully I can just stay ahead on lap 1, and then these guys can hold everyone else up for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's probably going to be tough. I'll rather be in my position rather than theirs, but yeah, they've got the pace, especially if Oscar finds the pace that Lando had on the high fuel. I think he'll probably have the pace to come back, but it's obviously a lot more difficult.
Lewis, anything from you?
I don't know what the question was. How hard is it to follow?
The championship contenders, the progress they're going to make. How hard is it to come through in dirty air?
It's tough with the altitude, with the overheating of the car, with the overheating of the brakes. I mean, I don't know how it is for everybody, but I'm pretty sure most people have that experience here with the lack of cooling. So won't necessarily be easy, but you've got some great drivers behind us, so we shall see.